Now let's look at how the market moves in an uptrend with not only capital A, B, C, D Fibonacci's, but with sub A, B, C, D Fibonacci's. In our climb, we have our first A, B boundary with the market pulling back all the way to the 8.6, just shy of a 1.27. Now, do you see that? A, B, C comes up 100%, but we take it to the 1.18 extension. Green for green. Do you see the green right there? If we entered buying here, green for green. Now, I need you to see this. One of the things that you will be learning in the lesson of equity management is let's look at risk. There's your risk, okay, if you bought that 8.6, and here is your clear reward. Look at this. Risk versus reward, all the way to the 118. And so this is risk right here versus reward. Does that make sense? And this is what trading is all about. I mean, you're really getting about a 5-to-1. In other words, for every dollar you risk, you're getting about $5 in return. And so buying 7.86s and buying 8.6s are great places to enter the market for risk-reward ratios. But let's go back and take a nice look at the Fibonacci's. This would be then, everybody, this would be your A. And I'm going to change this to blue. This is going to be your A. This is your B. This is your C right here. In this uptrend, pull back to the 8.6. And this then becomes the D, all the way up to the 118. A, B, C, D. Now let's look at these subs that appeared. Sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. Even these subs. Sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. Sub A, sub B, all the way up to here, sub C, sub D. Now, let's spread our Fibonacci's for the next set. If this is A, B, C, D, then we spread fibs from this A to that B, that high right there. And the market didn't even come back to the 382. It was shy, and look at how it went straight up. A, B, C, D. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this one right here. Okay, and let's see, delete. So we can really take a good look at this climb, A, B, C, D. Now we have our next set of Fibonacci's. You've got all these subs in between that A, B, C, D. Here is A. Let me draw this out. A to B and B to C. See? Here's B to C, and here's C to D. Now take a look. Look at A, B, C, D. And what you have here is you have a sub. Okay? A, B, C, D goes through it. Then we have a secondary sub. Sub A, sub B. Now, look at how amazing this is. This is sub A, this is sub B. The market comes back to the 382. What happens when it bounces out of the 382? It's fast and aggressive. Look at how the 1.618 D extension almost aligns with the 1.618 capital D extension, the sub D and the capital D. Quite interesting how this market comes back to a 382, which represents aggressive price movement, and the market rallies aggressively, goes through the sub D, hits the capital D, and you can see the subs. Look at this: is sub A, sub B, sub C, sub D. And then you, believe it or not, this is even a sub A, B, C, D. And so as this market's moving, it is constantly moving in a Fibonacci sequence. Now, here the market rallies up because this is the sub right here that I'm going to delete. This is and here's another sub that I'm going to delete. This is a capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D, capital A, capital B, capital C, capital D. Then the market decides to turn around all over again. See, it does a, let me get this next Fibonacci's. This would be capital A, capital B. This came back to the 5-0, went up to the B high, and then turned around and took out the A. You see how it took out the A? Which means these now are your down A, B, C, Ds. So let's take a look at this. Down A, B, C, D, that's the first one. So I'm going to delete this first one so we can get a hold of this one right here. And this is next A, B, C. Now you might be saying, well, Chief, how is this a B? It's because we need 2 to the left and 2 to the right. Now here the market retraced back, straight back to a 5-0, and then it goes down to a 1.618 D extension. I'm going to show you, here's the D extension, and there it goes, A, B, C, D. So I will get rid of this one right here and show you that this market, as it started to fall in a Fibonacci sequence, A, B, right here, C, right here, with D extension. Now, let's put all this, okay, into clear perspective. Okay, I want to put this in clear perspective. If we're in an uptrend and we start to see the market has broken a downtrend line, the market is reversing, it creates a crown, and we buy an 8.6, we're going to end up profit taking at a 118. There was our risk, there was our reward. We then enter. You've had the lessons on counter trend lines. We are in a new up A, B boundary. We draw a counter trend line and we buy this counter trend line here. Now, because it bounced at a 382, clearly the 1.618 D extension would be our profit taking. So here we'd be buying here and selling 10 pips before it hit this D extension. And so literally it's just like in a downtrend, when you find your downtrend, A, B, and the market retraces back, gives you a bearish candlestick formation, counter trend line break. You short the market right here. Now here we short the market right here. We got a counter trend line break. Wouldn't this be our target? I want you to see this, okay? Let's look at risk reward. Okay, here we're shorting the market. There then, placing our stops beyond the A, there's risk. Here then is reward. And look how projectable this is. This is reward down to the 1.618, which means we're going to say, okay, we're going to short the market there. We're going to put a protective stop up there. We're looking at probably a 2 3/4 to 1. This horizontal line right here is going to be our D extension. I will put that in green so that we can see that when the market gets out right there, that we're going to get out about 10 pips in front of that. Now let's just take a really nice look at this. Here the market starts to come down and, you know, continues down doing sub ABCDs, working its way down to the D extension. See, so we shorted it here and the market went down to the D extension. Now, once again, Learning how the Fibonacci's work plays a huge part in the success of any trader. And so it behooves you to learn how the market moves in capital ABCDs in an uptrend, capital ABCDs in a downtrend, along with all its subs in retracements and all its subs and extensions. By mastering this knowledge will clearly take you as a trader to the next level of achievement. And what will take you to a higher level of achievement is when you start to combine all this knowledge with trend lines, candlestick formations, counter trend lines, looking at past resistance to become future support or past support to become future resistance. All those things will add up to helping you become that master trader you've always dreamed of.